Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. On Tuesday, the voting results for the 2024 Baseball Hall of Fame will be revealed. Now, to remain on the ballot, if you don't receive the 75% needed to be inducted, you need to receive at least 5% of the votes to remain on the ballot. If you go under 5%, your name disappears from the ballot. That has been the case since 1979, that 5% threshold. So in this video, I'm going to take a look at who I consider to be the best players to only be on the Hall of Fame ballot for 1 year since 1979, since that 5% threshold. Now, two guys who weren't included are Ron Santo and Dick Allen, because they were put back on the ballot after receiving less than 5% of the vote the first year, and were on it numerous more years, receiving more than 5%. Ron Santo eventually is in the Hall of Fame. And there is actually a Hall of Famer that I'm going to name on this list. He was inducted by the Veterans Committee, but I'll make it my all position player slash starting pitcher slash relief pitcher team. I'll have a catcher, first baseman, second baseman, shortstop, third baseman, 3 outfielders, 5 starting pitchers, and a relief pitcher. I'll name some other guys I considered at each position as well. Let's start with catcher, and the guy I mentioned who is in the Hall of Fame now, that is Ted Simmons, inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2020 by the Modern Baseball Era Committee. For his career, 21 seasons, a 285 batting average, 248 homers, 1,389 RBIs, 3 seasons with over 100 RBIs for his career. Simmons was named to 8 All-Star teams and won a Silver Slugger. Some others I considered at catcher: Bill Freehan and Jorge Posada. First base, this was tight. I ended up going with Will the Thrill, Will Clark. Clark played a total of 15 years in the big leagues and finished with a 303 batting average. Actually, in his last 4 seasons, he batted over 300 in his career. Added 284 homers, 1,205 RBIs, 1,186 runs scored. Led the league in runs once, RBIs once, and walks once, as well as slugging percentage once. He had a total of 4 top 5 MVP finishes, including a second place finish in 1989. Second base, Lou Whitaker. I would have loved to see Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell get in together. The great double play tandem with the Tigers. Trammell did eventually get in after a long wait. Sweet Lou is still waiting. Whitaker played 19 seasons, all with the Tigers, named to 5 All-Star teams, won 3 Gold Gloves, 4 Silver Sluggers, named 1978 AL Rookie of the Year. 2,369 hits for his career, 244 homers, 1,386 runs, and also had more walks than strikeouts in his career. Shortstop, let's go Jim Fregosi. Fregosi was a 6-time All-Star in his 18 seasons in the big leagues. For 8 straight seasons from 1963 to 1970. He received MVP votes in 1967. He won a Gold Glove, 1,726 hits for his career, and a 113 OPS plus. Third base, Buddy Bell. Buddy Bell was a 5-time All-Star, 6-time Gold Glove winner, 1-time Silver Slugger in his 18 seasons in the big leagues. 279 batting average, had 2,514 hits for his career, 201 homers, more than 1,100 RBIs, and runs scored. 3 outfielders, starting with, and I forgot to name guys at other positions. I'm sorry. So first base, other guys I considered: Carlos Delgado, John Olerud, Cecil Cooper, Norm Cash. Second base, Bobby Grich and Willie Randolph. Shortstop, Bert Campaneris. Third base, Darrell Evans, Bill Madlock, Sal Bando. Now let's get to outfield, starting with Lance Berkman, six-time All-Star in his 15 seasons, one member of the 2011 champion St. Louis Cardinals. For his career, a 293 batting average, a 943 OPS, giving him a 144 OPS plus. He had six top 7 MVP finishes for his career, 6 seasons with over 100 RBIs, 5 seasons with over 100 runs scored, and 5 seasons of at least 30 homers, 366 for his career. Another outfielder, Jim Edmonds. Edmonds was a 4-time All-Star, 8-time Gold Glove winner, won a Silver Slugger in his 17 seasons. Member of the 2006 Cardinals that won the World Series. Edmonds hit 284, 903 OPS for his career, 132 OPS plus, 393 homers, 1,251 runs, 1,199 RBIs, 4 seasons with over 100 RBIs, 4 seasons with over 100 runs, and did have 2 seasons where he hit 42 homers. The other outfielder, Kenny Lofton. Lofton played 17 seasons in the big leagues, 6-time All-Star, 4-time Gold Glove winner. For 5 straight seasons, he led the AL in stolen bases from 1992 to 1996, stole 622 bases for his career, batted just shy of 300 at 299 for his career, 2,428 career hits, 1,528 runs, including 6 seasons with over 100. Other outfielders I considered: Jack Clark, Chet Lemon, Al Oliver, Reggie Smith, and Vada Pinson. 5 starting pitchers. Let's start with Kevin Brown, and I named the outfielders and starting pitchers. I'm naming alphabetical order by last name. Kevin Brown pitched 19 years in the big leagues, won 211 games, 3.28 ERA, 6-time All-Star, member of the Marlins team in 1997 that won the World Series. He led the NL in ERA with the Marlins in 96 and the Dodgers in 2000. He had 5 top 6 finishes in Cy Young voting, led the AL with 21 wins in 1992, and led the NL in WHIP twice. Next starting pitcher is David Cone. Cone pitched 17 years in the big leagues and won 5 World Series altogether. Did win a Cy Young in 1994 with the Kansas City Royals. For his career, 194 and 126, 3.46 ERA, and a 1.26 WHIP. Led the AL with his 20 wins in 1998, one of 2 seasons where he won 20 games. Also led the AL in innings pitched in 1995. Twice led the NL with the Mets in strikeouts. Rick Roushel, 3-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove winner, pitched 19 seasons, going 214 and 191 with a 3.37 ERA. He had 3 top 8 finishes in Cy Young voting, including 2 where he finished third. He won double-digit games in each of his first 9 seasons and 4 other seasons after that, including 20 in 1977. Brett Saberhagen, a 2-time Cy Young winner with the Royals in 1985 and 1989. Also finished third with the Mets in 1994. Pitched 16 seasons, going 167 and 117 with a 3.34 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP. Saberhagen led the AL in wins, ERA, and WHIP in 1989. Led the AL in WHIP in 1985. He had 2 seasons, both his Cy Young seasons where he won 20 games. 1989 won 23. Also led the AL in innings pitched in 1989. 5th starter, Johan Santana. Not the lengthiest of careers, just 12 seasons, but when he was at his best was he dominant. 2-time Cy Young winner with the Twins in 2004 and 2006. He also had Cy Young finishes as 7th in 2003, 3rd in 2005, 5th in 2007, and 3rd in 2008 NL with the Mets. 3 times led his league in ERA, led the AL in wins in 2006. 4 straight seasons from 2004 to 2007, he led the AL in WHIP. 3 straight seasons from 2004 to 2006, led the AL in strikeouts. Other starting pitchers I considered: Cliff Lee, Dave Stieb, Frank Tanana, and Roy Oswalt. Let's end with the relief pitcher. I went Joe Nathan. Nathan actually was on the ballot in 2022, falling off rapidly. In his 16 seasons, he was a 6-time All-Star, finished his career 2.87 ERA, 377 saves, and a 1.12 WHIP. Finished 4th and 5th in Cy Young voting, 2 different years with the Twins in the AL. He had a total of 9 seasons where he totaled at least 35 saves, and 4 of them, he went over 40. Some other relief pitchers I considered: Dan Quisenberry and John Franco. So that is my only lasted on the ballot for 1 year Baseball Hall of Fame team. Again, none of these guys received at least 5% of the vote on their 1 year in the ballot, falling off. Again, Ted Simmons, despite that, still able to make the Hall of Fame. And some of these guys really do have deserving Hall of Fame cases. And again, luckily there are other committees such as Modern Baseball Era, the Veterans Committee, that could potentially put some of these guys in the future. Who do you think are some of your biggest snubs for only lasting on the ballot 1 year? And I was kind of inspired to do this because Jason Stark of The Athletic, I believe it was yesterday, posted his 2024 ballot, and he mentioned that he voted for David Wright because he doesn't want to see him be a one and done. But these guys, one and done. Of course, some of the earlier guys, they didn't have numbers such as OPS plus, all the advanced metrics, WAR available at their hands when casting their votes. Anyhow, don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.